It is day 2 in Italy. I'm on my way to the train station to head to Florence. But first, let's do a little recap of yesterday. So I was up bright and early to catch the train down to Aberdeen, where I flew into London, and then I flew into Pisa. Okay, I made it to Italy. I'm in Pisa. Then I made my way over to the hostel, the Safe Stay Pisa Central hostel, I believe. And once I dropped all my stuff off, I went over to the Leaning Tower of Pisa, took lots of photos, got the typical touristy photo, and then I climbed the tower. Hung out at the top till they basically kicked us out because it was like 8 o'clock at night. But the sun was starting to set and it was really beautiful. Okay, I made it to the tippy top of the Leaning Tower, and the views from up here are absolutely stunning. Then I just went back to my hostel, had some dinner, and went to bed. And now I get to go see Chippy, and I'm really excited. Hello, it is day 3 in Italy. I'm still in Florence. Let's do a little recap of yesterday. So yesterday morning I was still in Pisa, but I got up, had breakfast, and went over to the train station. Took an hour train from Pisa to Florence, and then I made my way through the city, and I tracked down Chipp via Snap Maps. Alright, I made it to Florence. Now I'm on a mission to find Chippy. I see a Chippathy. There he is. Hi! How are you?
Good, how are you?
I'm good, hi! So I met up with him and his family. We wandered around. Chipp and I went up the bell tower. Alright, we are in line to climb the bell tower.
The bell tower.
Oh my god. All the way up there.
All 414 steps.
414 steps. Damn. And I thought you were tall. This is hard work.
Yeah, it is.
We did it.
We did it.
Climbed 3 layers all the way to the top. I'm tired.
It definitely felt like 414
Wait,
steps.
is there another door? Where do you go? I thought we were at the top. Never ends. Now we're at the top. I'm so sweaty.
It was rough.
It's a lot of steps.
Yeah.
We're in like a bird cage up here. Spying. Who's over there? Yeah, that's pretty good zoom.
On your phone?
Yeah. I'm gonna put them all on YouTube. Yeah, that was hard work, but we got to the top, had a fantastic view of the city. Then we came back down. Him and his family had a tour of the city, so I went and got checked into my hostel and just hung out there for a bit, took a break, charged my phone. Okay, I'm in my hostel. Looks pretty nice, actually. Got a decent sized bathroom. Hello. This one is just a 5-bed dorm. So we got this guy over here. And 2 bunk beds. I think I'm gonna claim the top bunk. Then I met back up with them for dinner and had some of the best food I've ever had in my life. Cheesecake was amazing. Okay, so I've left my hostel. I had a quick shower and charged my phone up for a while Chipp and his family were on a little tour of the city. And now I'm just heading back towards the city center to meet them for dinner. The menu looks fancy, so I'm excited to see like what we end up having. After that, we just wandered around a little bit more. Got to see the city at night. Okay, we were doing a wander and we found ourselves at the river. It's so nice here. Look at the bridge. Wow. then we all just went to bed because we were very tired after walking a ton yesterday. I'm sure there'll be a lot more of that today. And now I'm about to head to the art museum to go see the statue of David, which I'm really excited about. Okay, hello, hi. Looks like my mic stopped working for a good portion of the rest of the trip. So I'm gonna do my best to try to remember everything that we got up to. So in the morning, I had breakfast at my hostel. I think I paid like €10 for the breakfast buffet. And then I got ready to head over to the Accademia Gallery. It's like the big famous art museum in Florence where the statue of David is. So I went and got in line to pay for tickets at the door since all of the time slots were already booked up online. And we actually got really lucky. Once we were pretty close to the front of the line, there was a lady who came through the prepaid line and she had a couple extra tickets. And we were able to scan her tickets and get in for free. So shout out to that lady. That was really cool to get free tickets after waiting in line for like an hour. The statue of David is so cool. You come around the corner and there he is at the end of the hall, and it honestly was just breathtaking. Like I've never been so blown away by an art piece like that before. So I would definitely recommend. That was so cool to see. Then I wandered around the museum a little bit more. I spent some time in the plaster cast section, which was really neat. Then once I was done at the art gallery, I wandered past the Duomo, took a bunch more photos, and then I made my way to the museum that's behind the Duomo, and they had some really interesting information about Florence in there. There was this one church in the city that we kept seeing that was honestly just pretty boring and ugly looking. So I learned that this church actually used to have a Gothic style facade, but it was only ever about a third of the way finished. And then whatever king was in charge at the time ordered it to all be removed so it could be replaced with a Renaissance style facade, which never happened for whatever reason. So now this church is still just kind of ugly and sad. But this museum had like a recreation of what the front of this church used to look like. So that was really neat. And then by the time I left that museum, Chipp and his family were back from their wine tour. So I met up with them for dinner. This time we went to the trattoria, which was really great. The food was really amazing again, and we all shared our food lots, which was great. So we got to try lots of different things. Chipp and I even tried the rabbit. We were both so curious, so we decided we had to give her a taste, see how it was. Ready? All right, 3, 2, 1.
It's pretty good.
Oh no! And then we just spent the evening wandering around once again and had some gelato, just kind of hung out. Chipp came back with me to my hostel and we went up to the rooftop bar to have some drinks up there. And we met with one of the other girls that was in my hostel. Her name was Daniela. She was so sweet. I actually met up with her again in France later on this trip. Yeah, and that was about it for that day. How do you like Italy so far, Chippy?
It's pretty good.
Yeah?
I can't lie. It's pretty good.
What's your favorite part?
Honestly, the museum with David in it, that is probably going to be in her video. So.
I would agree. That part was very good.
It was very cool.
Yeah. And the whole Duomo church thing is very neat.
It's like
big fan.
Stunning. Like
honestly,
huge.
It's so cool. We've been having a good time.
It's been a good time.
Florence is good. Hello. Once again, my mic did not work in my little recap. So let's give this another go. So my 4th day in Italy, I was still in Florence, but I was getting ready to head out. So that morning I got up and I walked over to the hotel where Chipp and his family were staying, basically just to give them a hug and say goodbye. It was so lovely seeing Chipp's family. They really are the nicest people. So I said bye to them in the morning, and then I walked over to a market that was nearby. I got some freshly squeezed juice and a little sandwich. And then I made my way towards the train station. So at this point, I was getting ready to leave Italy and head up towards France. So my plan for today was to kind of head up the coast to Cinque Terre and then stay in Genoa for the night. So I took, I think, about a 3-hour train ride from Florence to Cinque Terre. So I had to take the train back towards Pisa and then go up the coast. And then I got off at the station for Manarola. So basically, Cinque Terre is a series of 5 little fishing villages that makes up this whole area. So the village I stopped at was Manarola, which is really pretty. The buildings are all super colorful and beautiful. So I stopped there around lunchtime, and I walked down through the village and then kind of along the coast and up along like the viewpoint sort of path. It sort of does like a big loop up the hill and then back towards the village. And I again got lots of beautiful photos from there. Then I wasn't really too hungry yet, so I had a quick little bite. I had some gelato and a cannolo, I think, which was just like a cream-filled pastry that was really good. Then I did a little bit of shopping, you know, got my postcards and my magnets. I've been on the hunt for a cute dress, which I did not find, but I found this really cute skirt that I absolutely love. I think it only cost 45 euros, so not too crazy. After spending a few hours there, I was pretty much ready to carry on, but the next train wasn't for an hour or so. So I went up to a sort of lookout area up above the train station where there were some picnic tables, and I just hung out there for a little bit. Sat in the shade, just chilled by the ocean. Then I took the train up another hour or two up to Genoa, and I didn't really do a whole lot in Genoa. The vibes honestly weren't great, but I didn't even know that city existed until like 2 days earlier when I was looking for a hostel to book. Basically, Genoa was just meant to be my little stopover point between Italy and France. So I made it to Genoa, walked through the city over to my hostel. I stayed at the Marathon Hostel, had dinner and a drink, and then went to bed, so it wasn't super exciting. But yeah, that was my 4th day in Italy. And then the next day I was finally headed towards France.